What's going on, everybody? It's the man, the myth, the legend, the beast, and Snowball 16 here, and welcome to episode 4 of my How to Win the Championship series. Today's episode will be featuring the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, this team did absolutely amazing last year. They finished 3rd in the Western Conference, finishing with a record of 55-27, as they made it to the conference finals, losing to the Golden State Warriors in a 7-game series. Now, despite the actual result of that series, it was quite obvious to those who watched who the better team was, and that was Oklahoma City. They had the athleticism to keep up with Golden State. They had the star power to keep up offensively. They had the defense necessary to shut them down on those long runs. They had the length to prevent them from shooting over the top. They were Golden State's nightmare, and they played physical down in the paint. You know Golden State doesn't like that. They don't like playing that. I mean, the truth is, Oklahoma City should have been in the finals last season. They should have been there, and they probably could have won as well. I'd go as far as saying that. They had the roster pieces. The players weren't the problem. It was just a matter of execution, actually doing the little things that mattered. However, they went ahead and made some new adjustments to their roster, and I gotta say, like, looking at this roster, if you thought the Oklahoma City Thunder were scary before, you should see this monster of a roster now. Now, obviously, we have Russell Godbrook over here. Many would argue he's the best point guard in the league. I say he's definitely up there next to Curry and Kyrie. But, you know, he's way better defensively than them. The only thing he really needs to work on is his, you know, obviously taking wild shots and then his turnovers. If you can work on that, he'll be great. Kevin Durant. Let me talk about Kevin Durant real quick. Obviously, you guys need to re-sign him if you guys want any hope in that championship. But for the love of God, Kevin Durant, all you got to do, just find a post game, my man. Learn some footwork, man. Do you know your little Dirk Nowitzki one-legged fadeaway turnaround jumpers, postmans? If you get a post game, I guarantee you guys will get a championship. At least one. That's all he needs to do. Now, obviously, I don't see why Kevin Durant will want to leave when he got himself a new playmate in Ibaka-Oladipo. I mean, honestly, this is the most perfect system he could have been in. There's not a better team out there for Ibaka-Oladipo. He can shoot the ball pretty well. His defense is superb. He's athletic and young. Basically, that's everything OKC is. You know, OKC loves to play a transition. They pride defense over everything else, and now you add more athleticism. Him and Westbrook in the backcourt, that is scary. That is absolutely scary. And you know, Ibaka-Oladipo doesn't have to carry the team. He can let Westbrook and Durant do their thing, or he can come off the bench and provide a spark. There is so much they can do. And I'm going to cover the lineups later, but now we go to Steven Adams, the big man. This dude has been holding it down defensively. This dude is an absolute beast in the paint as well. If he gets a little bit of footwork going, this dude will be amazing. But defensive-wise, he is rock solid, an absolute anchor. And now we move on to Enes Kanter, who I wonder what OKC is going to do with them. Enes Kanter is offensively great, but defensively is something to be desired. However, I think he should still come off the bench. But, you know, that goes into the lineup thing I was talking about. There's so many things OKC can do with this lineup. You can move him to power forward in the starting lineup to, you know, space off the floor. Or you can move him off the bench, you know, to give Durant and Westbrook some rest. You know, it all depends on what you want to do. Which brings me to, you know, Andre Roberson. I still think he should be starting. You know, his defense is something that cannot be appreciated enough. You know, guarding and stepping up to people like Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson. You know, keep him in the starting lineup, keep him on this team. Obviously, Dion Waiters, godsend on the bench. You know, very solid scorer, something that you can, you know, rely on when, you know, Durant and Westbrook are tired. But now he has Oladipo backing him up. Of course, you got Ilyasova, who can shoot the ball really well, so there's no need for Ibaka to be stepping out there unnecessarily now, which I don't know why he was doing in the first place. And then, of course, you got Sabonis over here, very, very solid player in college. You know, obviously he's very tall, standing at 6'10". He can rebound the ball very well, and he's in OKC's system, so, you know, he's going to feel right at home. You know, all the guys are young. They're going to welcome him, and he's going to thrive in his system. Then you have Anthony Morrow, whose three-pointer cannot be stressed enough. This dude is beautiful from the arc. So he has, you know, a perimeter threat for OKC. This roster is deep, man. Now, I'm going to tell you one adjustment that you guys need to make. Just one, OKC. I mean, obviously, it all comes down to re-signing Kevin Durant. That's where your championship run starts. And if you guys can do that, there's really no reason why you guys shouldn't be back in the Western Finals or the NBA Finals. But honestly, there's no reason why Kevin Durant shouldn't re-sign. You have everything Golden State has you know, except, you know, Curry's obviously a better three-point shooter than Westbrook, but that's about it. Now you have Oladipo, who's basically an Iguodala off the bench. So, you know, I mean, and then you have Steven Adams, which is way better than Bogut on defense. So there's no reason for him to sign with Golden State. Kevin Durant, you just need to work on your own post game, my man. But over here, I decided to start playing with the lineups a little bit. This is what I imagined they would go with at first. Now, obviously, this is assuming they re-sign Kevin Durant, but I think they will. So, you know, you want to keep Roberson in the starting lineup because his defense is too deadly. Plus, there's already enough offense in Westbrook and Durant. Ilyasova started because Kansas is going to come off the bench with Oladipo. And along with Morrow and Dion Waiters, this is going to be an offensive explosion. So the points will keep on coming as long as they're, you know, moving the offense. Now, Sabonis might be replaced by Mitch McGary. But whatever the case is, this is a tall lineup you're running off the bench if you decide to do this. Because Oladipo 6'4", Dion Waiters is also 6'4". So you can switch these two. Oladipo can go as shooting guard, point guard doesn't really matter, but they like to play tall. That's who OKC is. And this is just if they want to, you know, basically punch her in the mouth. This is a 125, 130 point lineup right here. Oladipo, Westbrook, Durant, Cantor, you know, can't leave him open, and then Adams. You can even move Durant to the power forward if you wish, and, you know, put Morrow in if you just want to shoot threes all day. There is so much OKC can do. Actually, move Cantor to the center, Durant to power forward, and Morrow to small forward. And then you can shoot threes all day. Look, there's so much you can do with this lineup that it's gonna be a scary time to face OKC, especially if you're in the Western Conference. You saw what they did to the Warriors with the lineup they already had. Of course, they're gonna lose Ibaka and a little bit of defense, but I have no reason to think that they won't be better with all the tools that they've added. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe if you liked it, dislike if you didn't, and if you guys have any other thoughts or suggestions, let me down in the comments. Thank you, and